So here are some of the decentralized apps that I want to show you guys. We have been speaking about the Facebook stealing data. So how does the Web 3.0 looks like? How does the decentralized applications looks like, wherein there is no one who actually takes the control on your data, but still you are able to access all the features on those. So some of the examples right now, the one that we have is Web 2.0, which is like a Google. So to replace Google, you have Brave browser, which does not take your identity, who you are. So there is no way they can sell your data. In terms of storage, you're using Dropbox and then Google Drive, and then you have, to replace that, you have Storage and IPF, which is decentralized, built on blockchain. You have, for video calls, you have Skype right now that you're using. To replace that, you have Expertise. And then operating system, you have Android and iOS. To replace that, you have Essentia.1 and EOS. As you know, the EOS is launching its mainnet in June, and of course there is a lot of excitement out there. Social network, let's talk about this, the biggest one, right? Because everyone is there on the social network. So to replace the social network, to replace Facebook and Twitter, you have Steemit and Akasha. Now again, as I understand, these are at a very, very early stage. The only thing that lacks into these right now is the adoption, and also of course the scaling. So they still have to work really a lot on the scaling to take more transactions, to take more people on board, right? In terms of messaging, you have WeChat and WhatsApp. To replace that, you have Status. Right now, again, I'm hearing for the first time. And to remote job, which is up, to remove that, you have something called as ETHLAN. So this is the new Web 3.0 dApps. Right now what we had was apps. Now what we have is decentralized apps, which is also called dApps. Again, I've posted this on Instagram. I've also posted this on Twitter. Just in case if you're not there, go ahead and check that out more. There are tons of stuff that I've been posting on Instagram as well. You can check them all, and also on Twitter. Let's go on to some news. So one of the news, of course, the coin market really looks bad right now. And of course, there have been so many news. One is from Twitter and many more news which has got the price down. But I am very positive for the month of April and May, considering there are two big events that I shared with you yesterday on the channel that are coming. So I believe those two events will take the price to the next level. So this is the news right now, which is the hottest news, which talks about the coin text. So you can now send and receive Bitcoin through a text message. Now this was the whole idea of when Bitcoin was invented, to bank the unbanked and to unbank the banked one. So the unbanked, unbanked one, the people who do not have a bank account, like for people in Africa and all the other countries, there are millions of people who do not have access to a bank account at all. And this is where the Bitcoin comes into picture, because it's as easy as downloading an app in your phone, and immediately you can send across and trade with anyone across the globe. But what if there is no internet? I mean, there are still places today in this world where there is no internet at all. So how do you give access to them? So this is where the coin text comes into picture. You can actually send and receive Bitcoin Cash with the coin text on a normal phone like Nokia. This is launched by cointext.com. So send BCS to any phone without internet with a click of a button. And this is being launched in a couple of countries, like tested. This is still being tested. And they are being tested on in US, Canada, Africa, Switzerland, Sweden, Netherlands, and UK, right? So these are the countries that they have tested in. It's simplest. It says that the founder of the Cointext says very simple. Cointext is the easiest and most powerful way to spread the use of Bitcoin Cash, because it works with any type of mobile phone. You don't need any knowledge of cryptocurrency to use it. It's as simple as that. Cointext is delivering the original promise of the permissionless, borderless money to the unbanked around the world. So it doesn't matter where you are, and this is how you send it. So basically you type send, type how much you want to send, put the number you want to send it across in the SMS box, and that's it. And then it'll come up as how much of Bitcoin Cash have you sent here and your current balance as well, right? So, and the best part is that the SMS does not store any Bitcoin, right? So it's only for receiving and sending. It is not for storage, right? Your Bitcoin cash is still stored in your personal wallet, not on the SMS services. So it says if everything goes smoothly, so this is right now in the testing phase, we will launch the next wave of access numbers in April and May, including the first language transactions. Now this will definitely increase the adoption, because in this you don't need to have internet services as well. Another news is again very exciting. So this is related to all the Ponzi scheme and multi-level marketing schemes which are going on in the name of cryptocurrencies. There are so many scams going on, posing themselves as a cryptocurrency, but they are not. So South Korean exchange has started rewarding anyone who reports to them any Ponzi scheme. I wonder what if every country starts doing this. Report any Ponzi scheme to us and we will reward you. So this is an initiative by the Upbit, one of the biggest exchange, maybe the third largest exchange in the world. Of course, this is from South Korea, headed by Kakao, which is a famous brand in South Korea. This says that the reward for anyone who reports such kind of Ponzi scheme, if any illegal multi-level eyewitness or victims reports to Upbit investigating agency at the same time, a cash award will be given to the first reporter of the illegal recruitment case. And this case is going to be 930 USD, which is pretty huge amount. I mean, this kind of initiative is really important in my opinion. I think this kind of initiative will totally get rid of all the scams and Ponzi schemes going on, because then everyone will have a right to report what exactly is Ponzi scheme, especially in an unregulated environment like cryptocurrencies and blockchain space. Right now it's unregulated, so it is the public which can save other public, right? So what do you think about this initiative of rewarding anyone who reports the Ponzi scheme? And the best part is, I was reading, is that you don't have to actually write or something like that. It is all done on the app itself. On the Upbit app, there is a section you can go ahead, put your details and report the one that you think is Ponzi. They will investigate, and if they find it is Ponzi, you get rewarded. Now this is another news which is very significant in terms of Litecoin. So if you heard, the Litepay was one of the company which was going to which was working as like a BitPay for Litecoin, which will open up a merchant payment solution, right? And this was one of the news why Litecoin trend went up so. And what recently happened is that it seems like the co-founder of Litepay wasn't very transparent in dealings, and it turns out that he was asking for extra funding to proceed further, and I think this guy has decided to back off. So basically there is no Litepay happening at the moment. Now this is very important, guys. Now this is also to say that no, I mean, you can do all your due diligence, you can do all your research, but still the things can go wrong because of one person. So again, like people say that investments into cryptocurrencies are very risky and high volatile, and that's really true. All of a sudden Litepay has withdrawn, so there is no Litepay, right? So these kinds of incidents are pretty normal into cryptocurrency space. Now this is another news from Bitfinex. So one of the cryptocurrencies called Petro, I'm sure you heard of Petro, the Venezuela, the first ever national cryptocurrency backed by petrol, as they call it, which of course people had a doubt as to how it can be backed by petrol, because it's billions of petrodollar. Of course got a sanction from US authorities, and now Bitfinex has rejected to list any Venezuelan cryptocurrencies on their platform. So what will be interesting to see is that, does Petro find any other exchange to be listed? Would they find Binance? Would Binance list them? Would any other cryptocurrency like Bittrex or Poloniex would try to list them? Because US has clearly said no, and that's what Bitfinex is following. Well, in my opinion, I'm not really sure about how petrodollar is going to work out. It's a government-based cryptocurrencies. To be honest, I'm not really confident on that. Now this is interesting once again. While all the other countries are wondering and worrying as to how to tax on cryptocurrencies, Australian government has gone ahead and taken the public opinion, wants to take public opinion. The Australian Taxation Office is looking for public opinion concerning cryptocurrency tax. So they were going to ask, they have put out a letter wherein people can go ahead and submit their opinion as to how they should pay their taxes. I mean, this is pretty amazing, I would say. Instead of they coming out with some guidelines and regulations and saying that do what I say, Australians have done inverse. Instead of taking the decision on them, they said that, okay, let me ask you people, what do you think is the best, you suggest, and I will take the same measures. Now this can be a very effective policy, because remember, people do love opinions, right? And when you take people opinion, when people are gonna say that, okay, do this, I'm sure they're gonna participate into this as well. So thus resulting into a very friendly government, and maybe it will help them in the taxation as well. So very good move. I wonder if all the countries are going to follow the Australian taxation authorities, wherein they are asking the opinion from people, how should we tax you, right? So this is interesting again. This is the 20th is the April 20th is the deadline. Public feedback must be submitted by April 20th. What do you think about this? This is an amazing moment. Let me know your opinion in the comment box below. Thank you. Right, this is another interesting. So crypto business is now legal in Belarus. So country after country, we see that there is adoption of cryptocurrencies and bitcoins happening. So we have already seen Switzerland, we have already seen Japan. Now, of course, Malta, which welcomed Binance Exchange, they were welcomed with both the hands. And now you have Belarus accepting cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin as well. So day by day, it's becoming difficult for any country which is not for countries like Bangladesh and Nepal, or I'm not sure about Nepal, but Bangladesh. There are many other countries which have banned cryptocurrency. So this is a very good lesson for them to learn from what the other countries are doing. So this is what we have in the news. This is all very exciting. I'm going to leave all the link in the description below. Go ahead and read out yourself, and do share your opinions about the Cointex, about the Australian Taxation Authority as well, and of course the news from South Korea, wherein they're rewarding anyone who is reporting an MLM and Ponzi scheme to them. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video likes, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Take care.